It was my wear to being a black polo Georgia State shirt. It was my wear to work shirt when I would I've had a game that day.
I like that. Good call.
I can still do the semi-professional thing while also representing the school.
I think it's allowed. I think you go to an office environment, you have a polo on, it has a tiny logo on it. You're good.
Yeah,
no harm, no foul.
I would much rather prefer. Does that even make sense? Anyhow, I would much rather prefer it have just the Panther head instead of the stupid word mark on it. But I like wearing
available at the time.
I like dry fit polos, and so this is what they had. So this is what I went with.
Nice.
Do we not invite our Patreon members to this anymore?
Yeah, I'm getting on it. Somewhere down.
So Ryan, I want to challenge you to go look up the old New Orleans Hornets logo and tell me what colors you see.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about. The basketball team. Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay, because it's Coastal and JMU.
What are they now? Now they're like the
Pelicans
or something, right?
Shit on your head, the Pelicans.
Whipping.
So here's the thing about New Orleans adding the Pelicans to their professional sports league is they had a football team that was called the Aints for the longest time because of their inability to do anything, and then you have a team called the Pelicans, which are literally the Pelicans. It's the same thing. Why would you ever think that was a good idea?
I mean, Aints? They don't have a lot of good ideas in Louisiana. I don't know what to tell you.
Except for getting out of there. and most of them forgot about that.
Oh. Ouch. So did we go like a little too far on the, should we fire coach talk?
Nah.
I was not too far on it.
I mean, so I knew that, like, it's like I said, it's never just the tip, right? I mean, you can't. You gotta
just dab it in.
Get in there.
Yeah.
So today at the PAC meeting, one of the members talked about how, and there's an older guy, and he was complaining that the conversation was on social media, and he was just saying how he was so sick of how negative social media was. Like all the fire the coach, fire the AD, fire this, whatever. And I was like, well, first of all, social media is just a breeding ground of negative ideas and hate speech.
I feel like I was the first one to say that shit.
But also, I was kind of like, I don't necessarily disagree with these guys.
Yeah.
So
I don't feel like there's a prevalence of that discussion happening.
Honestly, no, I will say I do disagree. I do disagree. I don't say fire coach, fire Cobb. I'm not saying it right now. What I'm saying is I want some pressure on these guys to do something different. I feel like they are following their marching orders right now.
They're coasting.
Right. No, show me that you care.
Yeah.
Like I was like kind of what I was alluding to, or what I said on the show was I want you to want it as much as I want it. You will never want it as much as I want it. You will never, ever, ever want a Georgia State win as much as I want it. I think that I speak that for both of you guys. I said the same thing, but you should aspire to that. You should aspire to want it as much as I want it.
You should want to win. I just don't agree with you. You should want to win more than I do.
Like Ryan, you watched the Coastal Trash Down South game on Saturday. I watched the first half of it. Tim, I think you watched a little bit of it as well.
The second half, yeah.
Yeah, and so between the three of us, we watched it twice.
We made a complete game, all three.
That's right.
Yeah, but I watched it for two reasons. I watched it because I wanted to see what Coastal was doing without Grayson McCall.
That's right. That's why I watched it too.
And I wanted to see the Trash Down South lose a game.
Yep.
But your game's on Thursday. You've got Friday off. You got Saturday, obviously. Watch the game. I don't get it. Why would you not watch?
The QB's not there.
Even if you don't watch the game, you should know that the quarterback is not there.
They're like, no, don't listen to it. Like, I want to watch the presser now.
Did nobody on his staff message him, "Hey, Grayson McCall got injured. He's not going to be playing in the game today. We should see what they're doing."
He didn't have
Or
like a key points email with a couple bullets. Grayson
he
McCall doesn't exist anymore. Don't say
so
that name.
I read the Panther Talk message board because Ryan, you and I talked about it after a game. I really kind of check out of like sports social media until really Monday.
Yeah.
But I'm not a head coach of a football team, so don't try to tell me that I'm not preaching what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not. If it was your job, you would.
I'd have to. So I watched. I read the message board. They're like, based off that presser, did Coach not know that Grayson McCall? And this is on Monday. This is Monday. 12:30 is when his presser is. So we're 4 days removed from getting prepared for the next game. You're supposed to consider these games after a Thursday game the chance for you to have extra time to do more stuff, prepare more for the other team. And he comes in at 12:30 and has no clue at all. No, Ryan, I'm sorry. You did not go too hard because I'm still going hard on it right now.
Yeah, no, you went. So when I broached the subject over the weekend, it felt like you guys were sort of, both of you seemed like you were in agreement, like nodding along, yeah, but like not quite as down the path as I was. But listening to you talk about it, I was like, shit, David's there. David's like, you got the pitchfork out, man. You're like lighting people's fires, like.
You and I have talked so many times about the times we've met Coach Elliott. I like the guy a lot, and I really believe it. I really believe in his football philosophy, but I don't feel like I don't feel like he's preaching what he speaks.
Yeah.
And maybe he's trying to create some new brand of football where it's a relaxing time to approach the things. I don't know. You take time off and then you focus really hard on those last couple of days before doing something. But I feel like I don't know a lot about this kind of stuff.
Move the presser then. Don't do the presser on Monday. If that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Just decline it. Don't do it at all.
I mean, do it on Wednesday if you're gonna start paying attention later in the week. That's don't like set yourself up for failure.
Don't do it on Wednesday. We need it no later than like Tuesday morning.
I'm just saying, don't set yourself up for failure. Like figure it out. Maybe
we just actually get him moved to Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. on stateofatlanta.com where we do the presser here. And it's more of a back and forth a little bit where we can kind of get some of the show.
Could we do it more like he can't see or hear us and we do like a Mystery Science Theater type response to it?
Who gets to be the robots and who's like the weird dude that's sentenced to watching this stuff?
I'm probably the weird dude, but
robots.
I honestly, I really pegged you more of the Tom Servo.
So. David, you have not pegged me ever.
Yet.
We are definitely on last call.
That's really disturbing. I don't know that he didn't know McCall was out, or he did, and he's still talking about the person that's not going to play. I don't understand it. Like you could say something about how great he is, and it's a terrible shame that he's out. Blah blah blah. Cut it off there.
At first he made a comment about how Grayson McCall runs that offense. I'm like, absolutely, yes. That is a factual statement. He's like, no, this team has been on the back of Grayson McCall all season long. I'm like, yeah, you're still correct. You're still correct. And he's like, and we have to handle him and take care of what he's doing. And I'm like, wait, no, that's not exactly what's going on. You don't know what's going on.
It's like the record. Like what?
Like, he is a head football coach. Did he not listen to Sports Talk Radio on his way down from Columbia, South Carolina to Atlanta? Like how long would drive? Like how long would 3.5 hour drive? Was he not listening to Sports Talk the entire time? Like I would drive.
When Sports Talk's not talking about Coastal Carolina, like to his benefit. Like they're not talking about anybody in the Sun Belt.
In South Carolina, they are.
No, they're not. They've got Clemson and South Carolina. What are you talking about?
Coastal's the best team in South Carolina. Is Coastal in South Carolina? Are they?
I was actually thinking the same thing. It is.
Wait, where's Myrtle Beach? That's North Carolina.
South Carolina. It's northern South Carolina.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's just the tip.
If you want me to know where your
never
cities,
just the tip, Tim.
if you want me to know where your cities live, like have an original state name. This north-south
Where your
crap,
cities live?
I don't know who they are.
How do the cities live?
I'm fairly certain Bismarck's in North Dakota, but I think that was from like 5th grade or something.
Why,
So
why are we talking about Bismarck?
I'm talking about
I
North
don't
and
know.
South states. If you, I don't know where. Give me an original state name. I don't know where shit is if it's not an original state name. You put it North and South in front of there, I got no fucking clue.
All right.
I'm not a smart guy. I'm a Georgia State fan. How smart can I be?
Oh, hey now.
Throw us all under the bus, why don't you?
I know.
Oh, I was always smarter than you guys.
He was like, you know what? I'm going down, but I'm taking y'all with me.
Exactly.
I won't make an appropriate joke. Nope, not gonna do it.
Yeah.
After call.
Did you guys just catch me dying? I just like
I did. COVID
way
came
too
back?
much beer in my mouth, and then figured I needed to swallow it all, and then started choking on.
No, Ryan, I'm actually really, really used to you making that face.
Oh, Jesus.
I did put with this one last thing I put to talk about on the episode, but we went a little long. Well, we went a little bit normal for us. But so James Madison, it looks like they're joining next athletic year. So we will see.
You said that. You said that.
Right. But now I want to talk about it. I just kind of
I was going to say I didn't know it. I was going to ask about it, but it seemed like we were rushing to the end, so I didn't.
Yeah, well, I was wondering what was going to happen first. My computer was going to die, or I was going to start peeing my pants. I wasn't sure which one was going to happen. Yep. So actually, let's make sure the computer is charging. Yep, the little lightning bolt on there.
Nice.
Yeah, so it looks like they're set to join in 2022. The Sun Belt is giving them $600,000. So instead of getting an entrance fee, we're paying them $600,000 to join the conference.
ESPN forwarded that through our accounts.
Is it the Venmo is per ESPN $600,000. What's the biggest Venmo transaction? Do they have a limit on there? They probably have a limit on there, don't they?
I don't know, man. I'm not interested in this.
Okay. Also, what came out of that little tweet about that whole deal was that the media JMU leaked the media payout as $2.5 million per school, which is a big jump from where we were prior to this season.
I mean, I think that comes into the whole thing that ESPN was driving this, and that is how all of it happened. Was they were like, "Look, we can offer you this if these are the schools that you can take on," and they came through.
Vote yes to get more money.
Well, and one of the things
voting yes.
One of the things about it is that apparently the AAC, they're all getting more than us, every single one of them, but all the new schools are getting less than the older schools.
Right, and that less than was what I heard was $2 million. So it sounds like if you want to justify why we stayed in the Sun Belt, it's because we get $500,000 more a year.
Yeah,
being in the Sun Belt
and less travel costs.
Yeah,
we extended our travel cost.
Well, we did, but I mean, travel costs versus AAC.
So not AAC higher. Travel costs,
right.
Yeah, but we still extended our travel costs.
We did.
I mean, Southern Miss is a drive.
We're not playing them, but once every 8 years.
All right, that's fine. Who else did we take?
We're going to that game. State Atlanta.
James Madison is a drive.
James Madison. All three teams that were added in the East are
8+ hours, right?
Are a further drive than every other team we played in the East before.
Yeah, Marshall's kind of far. James Madison is not a bad drive though, and ODU is not a bad drive. I don't
think. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, Marshall's the closest at 8 hours.
Am I totally jacking this up?
You're only off by 1 hour, James, and I could be jacking it off by an hour.
Yo,
jacking it up and jacking it off.
I think Marshall is an 8-hour drive, and then I can't remember which one's more north or more south, but between James Madison and Old Dominion, one's 8.5 and one is 9 hours. But before that, App State, Coastal were 5.5-ish hours, and then obviously Trash Down South is not a drive because we don't go. And Troy is on like 2.5 hours.
State's the big loss for us. Easy drive.
Where?
Troy State.
Oh yeah, that was on purpose.
got
That
that
was not
one
on
right.
purpose.
I got this thing with Lafayette. I don't know. I call it the right thing. Sorry.
So I mean, but how many of these teams? So we talk about travel costs, but like, how many of these teams? We say they're drivable. They are pretty drivable. I think anything under 9 hours is drivable. But are they driving to them, or are we flying to all these schools already anyway?
Well, at least one of the schools, even if we fly, we got to hop on an hour and a half bus afterwards.
Well, I mean, even I'm saying even like the Sunbelt schools now that are close enough to quote unquote drive, like that we would say are close enough to drive to. Are we driving to them, or are we chartering a flight?
I don't know, but I think that we bus to every East Coast school currently.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say so.
Once you're on a plane, the costs probably are not drastically different than if you even went to like Hawaii, like whatever. Once you're flying, it's not going to be crazy.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that Hawaii is gonna bump up the cost a little bit.
Maybe I exaggerated wrong.
$1,
all right,
whatever.
Maybe I one-upped myself and I went into the.
But even going West Coast, Troy is obviously a bus. South Alabama is a bus. Southern Miss could be arguably a bus. I don't know.
But let's say like, all right, let's go ahead and say we're flying to Southern Miss for some reason that doesn't make a lot of sense. But we decided we're gonna fly to that thing. Is the cost much different than if we went to like what?
Into the Brett Favre International Airport.
Right. But is the cost much different if we were flying into Mississippi, which I don't even think they like allow airplanes there because they're a little backwards. But if we were like flying to San Antonio or something.
They allow airplanes, but you have to wait for them to crop dust everything before they land.
Right.
So wait, what point were you trying to make? I'm laughing.
I'm trying to make the point that once you're in the air, the cost probably doesn't make a lot of difference. So if we're flying to the schools already, then adding some more schools that we're flying to probably isn't like huge.
Just the base rate, it doesn't matter.
Having lost a lot of money on getting a bus that would have gotten 56 people to Auburn, I'm going to say that I would have lost a lot more money flying people to Auburn.
If you did a charter jet.
Wait, next year, South Carolina, state of Atlanta flight.
Well, and it would have been it would have been a charter jet and then a bus as well.
I gotta get the beer there. I can't fly the beer there. I gotta drive the beer there.
What? Why can't you fly the beer?
Everyone gets
I was trying to back you up.
Everyone gets out of the plane and walks. That's it.
You can't fly the beer. We're done here. This is bad. This is not an option.
So nothing but airplane bottles the entire time. It's a rule you got to make.
Steal them all off the plane.
No, because it's my fucking beer, my liquor bottles.
I mean, bring them with you and give them all to David.
There's not a lot of David to go around. Back to the 5'10" white guy thing.
Just the tip.
Mostly the tip.
What's not the tip?
You ever seen what the Smurfs live in? That's kind of what it looks like.
Jesus. God. Why? That's all weird.
Whoa.
It's weird. It is weird. So no one really cares about James Madison being added next year.
It's purple. That's all I know.
They're pretty good at basketball, right?
Pretty good at basketball,
yeah.
but it changes football. And I guess fortunately for us, is we're not playing an FCS team scheduled for out of conference next year, so we would not have two FCS teams on the program, which would not count against our bowl eligibility.
Wait, FCS program? Oh, I see what you're saying. Is James Madison still going to be considered FCS even if because they're transitional or whatever? You
remember when we transitioned, we were still considered FCS or like non-qualifier or
we
whatever.
Were neither, right? We were like in weird limbo land.
I think it may have counted as an FCS team for the FBS teams that are playing us.
We were Schrodinger's football team,
but it counted as no FBS or FCS stats. Right,
which we broke a record. We broke a NCAA record, and it doesn't count.
Yeah, and I can't remember the punter's name, but I'm going to say it's Bo.
Ian Vance.
Really? I was saying it's Bo Schlechter.
No,
Wow.
Ian Vance. Bo Schlechter was not a great kicker.
Well, neither was Will Lutz when he was at Georgia State, but he still got a fucking
Vance,
job.
best kicker we've ever had.
Yep.
Ian Vance.
Yep.
Good story.
That's all I got, man. He's a kicker. What do you want? He kicked well. I mean,
Punter.
it's not supposed to be a good story.
Punter. He's a punter. He's a good punter.
He kicked the ball.
Punter.
He kicked it.
Kickers kick field goals. Punters punt.
People who kick the ball with their foot are kickers.
Well, yeah, but they can also punt the ball with their foot, which makes them.
And that's a kicker too. He is a kicker. He kicks the ball.
Everyone's a kicker, even our quarterback.
Well, back in the day, Bo Schlechter day.
In the recently promoted Jacksonville State Gamecocks. There's now going to be 2 Gamecocks in the FBS Nation. When do we get a Gamecock off between Jacksonville State and South Carolina?
Oh God. What if? And hear me out.
A good old fashioned cockfight.
What if we had Noel Ruiz taking snaps? What if he was promoted to quarterback?
I really hope that Noel. I really hope that Noel Ruiz. I can't say this. I can't say it's inappropriate.
All right, don't do it.
Next topic. Hey, James Madison.
Jesus, we're back here again.
I got nothing else about James Madison. You guys didn't really talk about it, so it's fine. I'm glad I didn't bring it up in the regular thing.
So they have 2 flags. Are they going to talk about it endlessly? You think?
No.
I hope not.
The Dukes and the Bulldogs or something like that?
No, it's not. They have 2 FCS championships. Is what he's saying.
2 flags.
No, whatever.
Like Georgia Southern has 6 flags.
Yeah, well, so does Atlanta. If you count Douglasville, Metro Atlanta's got 6 flags as well.
That's right.
and our rides are way better. Stupid.
Less risky, that's for sure.
There was that kid that got his head kicked off at Six Flags.
What?
Yeah, I was trying to make a joke about STDs. Didn't work. Did not land.
I got it.
Yeah.
Did not land.
His joke went somewhere else, though.
Yeah. You were killing people, David. You were murdering folks.
Oh, could you imagine how bad that would be if there was a David Brown who was a serial killer, and like how many David Browns would like not want to use their name anymore?
That'd be a lot of David Brown.
Would you want to use David Brown anymore?
That's a good reason to be a serial killer right there. It's to embarrass millions of other people.
Oh my God!
I feel like we've just entered some list now.
We're all on the list. I think that everybody who's ever met me before knows that I do not have the willpower or determination to ever kill a single person.
Well, please don't kill us.
How would I do this show without the 2 of you guys?
Weekend at Bernie style.
We're just like in the seats.
And I just keep talking, and I'm like, shut up, Ryan, the entire time. You're a decomposing corpse because your wife just moved out. The kid, she's like, I don't know. I don't want to be here anymore. This should have been the Halloween episode. It's been doing great.
This is very weird, y'all. It feels like we might be done.
I go to dark places at times.
What else is on last call? What's on your agenda?
Episode titles. Things that I got tonight were Whatsoever at All, which is kind of a mail-in. I get it. But also, I don't know what... Shit, I can't read my own handwriting. I don't know what Just Ticks means. Well, that's not going to be one.
Jesus Christ.
And
Streaking to the Choir.
That one's pretty funny, though. I like that one.
I don't know.
Didn't you say like spreaking?
He said spreaking. I said streaking.
I thought Tim said streaking to the choir is what I thought he said.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. We could just go straight for the home run. Fire Coach Elliott.
Oh, that's too soon. Whoa. I'm not there.
Fire
yet.
Coach
Sorry.
Elliott with a question mark.
Okay, question mark makes it better.
Fire question, coach question, Elliot question mark.
I'm not there yet. You guys are. I don't know if the ceiling is 6. I hope it's not. 6 or 7. 7's the bowl game. Whatever. If that's what we do every year, not good enough.
Nope. I'm done.
No, the I want to be in a world where 6 wins is not good enough.
That's the floor, not the ceiling.
No, it's not the floor. 6 is not good enough.
Right.
I don't know. All right, yeah. All right, cool. We're kind of like petering off now. So thanks for everybody listening. I feel like this is going to go way into a great after party now.
I gotta pee again, real bad.
That no one can listen to because we keep that just to ourselves. Unless you want to pay us a lot of money. Maybe I should create a Patreon thing where they give us a lot of money and they can be on after party.
Yeah. Do it.
All right, cool. Thanks everybody for listening. We appreciate it. We will talk to you next week after like 8 basketball games and another football game. So
a soccer playoff game.
Oh, and I've got good news. I have a new prize. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this really quick. I have been told that I have pack suite tickets to the winner of our chili cook-off at the Troy State game. So I got that confirmed tonight.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Free chicken wings and booze.
Yeah, free booze. Who cares? Free booze.
Weird.
You will
veggie
eat
burgers.
You will have eaten chili all day long. You don't care about the food. You want the free drinks. But yeah, I got that figured out today. We're gonna get some free pack suite tickets for the ones who win our chili cook-off, the Troy State game.
Cool.
All right, cool. Thanks everybody for listening. Appreciate it, and we will talk to you guys and gals next week.
Bye, y'all.
Good night.